All right, so this is part one of a mini series I'm calling Teach Your Tongue, and it's about a topic that is far from new. In fact, you've probably heard this general message numerous ways in some shape or form, but I'm hoping it will hit different and fresh this time, so bear with me. Here it is. If you want anything to really change in your life, whether it's a mindset, a behavior, a relationship, a situation, it's going to start with your tongue. And by your tongue, I mean your words. I know you've heard the passages 1,000 times, but here they come again. In Proverbs 18:21, it says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." And in Proverbs 13:3, it says, "Whoever guards his mouth preserves his life." These proverbs may be thrown around here and there, not taken super seriously, but when you do take them seriously, they are incredibly profound and have the power to transform us. While teaching and taming the tongue is relatively simple, it is extremely challenging. And in today's world, really challenging is not really fun. And unfortunately, not really fun means not really popular. It's not that we don't try, we do. We try to do it, but when we realize it's hard, the truth is we give up. But we don't say we give up. What we do is we continue to try to accomplish the task by applying numerous TikTok hacks and trending shortcuts. And while they may be quicker and more fun, they don't deal with the mechanism behind the issue, the tongue. And so day after day, week after week, month after month, and yes, year after year, we experience these micro changes instead of the transformation that is actually possible. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not against a hack or two, neither am I against fun. I love it, I want it. But we gotta get real and realize that if we really want to see that real change, eventually, you're just gonna have to do the work. And what I propose is that you start with your words. Teach your tongue. So before we end part one, I wanna suggest a little metacognitive move. For those of you who are not familiar with what metacognitive or metacognition is, it has to do with thinking about the way you think. I want to suggest that you attempt thinking about this whole idea of teaching and disciplining your tongue as a fun challenge, maybe even a game, instead of this serious goal, task that must be accomplished. Don't get me wrong, it should be accomplished. You want to be intentional and determined about it. But instead of getting all serious and uptight, relax. Allow yourself to get outside of your head and become as close to a neutral observer of yourself as possible. Be curious about yourself and then be merciful. Become your own therapist and your own helper. It's much more engaging this way and you're more likely to stick with it. Come back and join me for part two.